Next, the faculty marshals will lead them to Terra faculty and professional staff. Following the faculty and professional staff will be the entrance of the platform party.
Students of the 47th graduating class, your hour has arrived. The commencement ceremony will begin. Please be seated while the American Legion Post 121 from Fremont, Ohio presents the 5 service flags. If you're a veteran, service, or active service member, please stand when your flag comes by and is presented. rise as the Terra State Veterans Guard presents the colors of our country.
Please remain standing while graduating student Shelby Granger sings our national anthem. Dr. Jerome Webster, President of Terra State Community College, will now address the graduates and guests.
Good evening. I guess you heard me. Good evening, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty, and the staff at Terra State Community College, we congratulate all of you who represent the graduating class of 2016 on completing the requirements for graduation and we welcome those of you who have come to share in the joy and celebration of the evening. Tonight is a special evening for Terra State Community College, as well as for our graduates. Tonight, we are graduating our 47th class of students. 261 students are graduating with associate degrees in over 40 fields. We also have 70 students who have completed their requirements to earn a certificate. Congratulations to all of you. Let me share some facts about the graduates sitting here before you. The average time for our 2016 graduates to complete their degree was 5.2 years. Our youngest graduate is 17 years old. Our oldest graduate is 66 years of age. 4 graduates will be receiving their associate degrees this evening and will graduate from high school later this month. We have 11 graduates who are earning dual associate degrees. 4 students have a 4.0 grade point average. 60 have a grade point average of 3.5 or higher. 39% of our graduates have transferred credits from other colleges or universities to Terra State. 18 of our graduates tonight have also been working as student employees this year. 12 of our graduates are veterans, and their deployments have included Iraq, Afghanistan, and West Germany. 2 of our graduates are international students representing Kenya and Nigeria. We are pleased to acknowledge them and their families that have traveled a great distance to be here today. To our graduates, I extend to you our sincere congratulations on your achievements and our very best wishes for a challenging and successful future. This commencement ceremony is a time for recognizing the strong leadership that each of our graduates has exhibited in the accomplishment of their goals. According to 2 well-known academicians and award-winning authors, James Kouzes and Barry Posner, the unique reason for having leaders, their differentiating function, is to move us forward. Leaders get us going someplace. In Kouzes and Posner's research, the personal best leadership cases were about firsts, about radical departures from the past, about doing things that had never been done before, about going places no one else had yet discovered. The leaders who help us get results beyond those we thought possible, who expand our vision of what may be possible, who are willing to risk choosing a direction others know is impossible, these are the leaders we admire the most. It isn't how large the work is that makes an artful leader, it's how artfully the work has been done, no matter how small and whether it matters that the work is done at all. As graduates, this evening you are commencing on your continued journey of learning and leadership. Remember that you must always champion the call to learn. It is the hope and expectation of our entire college community that Terra State has not only planted the seeds of learning in you, but that you will share your leadership in learning wherever your journey takes you. At this time, I would like to present our platform guests. Please stand as I call your name. Starting in the back row on my far right, Interim Registrar for the Northern Ohio Community College District, Ms. Connie Klingshern. Dean of Allied Health, Nursing, and Public Services, Ms. Amy Anway. Dean of Business, Communications, and the Arts, Ms. Jolene Chapman. Dean of Science, Technologies, Engineering, Mathematics, and Workforce Development, Mr. Andy Carroll. Dean of Student and Enrollment Services, Mr. Heath Martin. Associate Professor and President of the Terra Faculty Association, and tonight's mace bearer, Mr. Stephen Bender. Director of Marketing and Auxiliary Services, Ms. Mary McHugh. Controller, Mr. Jack Fatika. Terra State Trustee, Mr. Kyle Overmeyer. And Trustee, Ms. Kelly Cart Sears. Starting on my right in the front row are President's Cabinet members, Director of Human Resources, Ms. Nancy Kosenka. Vice President for Institutional Advancement and Executive Director of the Terra College Foundation, Dr. Corey Stein. Vice President for Financial Affairs, Mr. Randy McCullough. Northern Ohio Community College District Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Cindy Kruger. Our keynote speaker, the Honorable Rob Portman. Chair of the Terra State Board of Trustees, Ms. Sandy Burlekamp. Vice Chair of the Board, Mr. Matt Montowski. Trustee and Sergeant at Arms, Ms. Kay E. Ryder. And Chair of the Terra College Foundation Board, Mr. Tom Kern. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you. It is also my pleasure to recognize our state representative who has been a tremendous supporter of Terra State and is present with us this evening. Representative Bill Reinecke, would you please stand and be recognized? Graduations are times of celebration, but not just for students. There are many others who provide support for our students, often over a period of several years. Our graduates often have been given support from several generations of family members. I would like to give our graduates the opportunity to thank these groups. So graduates, I'm going to give you some directions. Please stand and turn and face the audience. When I give you the go-ahead, this will be your one opportunity to celebrate others this evening. Now it's time for audience participation. I will call upon family members of various categories and ask our graduates to hold their applause until all are standing. If you are a grandparent of a graduate today, please stand. Parents also provide such an important link in our graduate success. Parents, please stand. And of course, there is the support of spouses and significant others provide. If you are a spouse or significant other, please stand. Our students often raise children at the same time they are gaining an education. These children are proud of the achievements of their parents. Children, please stand too. Okay, graduates, please share your recognition and appreciation for all of your family members. Audience, you may be seated, but graduates, please stay standing. Next, I'd like to allow the students and the audience to recognize our faculty and staff. The soul of a college is embodied in this very special group of people. Our college's mission is rooted in learning. This group of dedicated individuals plays the most significant role in developing and nurturing this learning in our students. The faculty and staff represent the very best that we have to offer as a college. I'd like to allow the students the opportunity to recognize the faculty and staff of Terra State. Would the faculty and staff please stand? Okay, graduates, go at it. You all may be seated. Thank you, graduates.
Dr. Cindy Kruger, Vice President for Academic Affairs, will now address graduate honors.
As our graduates were marching in today, I'm sure you noticed that some of them were wearing honor cords. The various cords are outward symbols of scholarship. Upon announcement of the symbol of each cord, I would like to ask everyone in the audience to join me in recognizing these individuals. First, would all of the graduates who are members of Phi Theta Kappa please stand and remain standing. Many are wearing a stole that denotes that they are members of Phi Theta Kappa, the National Honor Society for Scholars at two-year colleges. At Terra State, a student needs a 3.5 GPA to be inducted. You may be seated. Now I ask that all of the graduates with cum laude honors please stand and remain standing. The blue honor cord represents a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 to 3.74. Let us now applaud these graduates. You may be seated. Next, all of the graduates with magna cum laude honors, please stand. The gold cord represents magna cum laude honors with a 3.75 to 3.89 grade point average. Let's please applaud these graduates. You may be seated. I would also ask the graduates with summa cum laude honors to stand. These graduates have attained the highest honor and graduated with a 3.9 or higher grade point average, essentially earning all A's in their classes. They are wearing one blue and one gold cord. Let us applaud these graduates. You may be seated. Also tonight, our graduates who are veterans are wearing their veteran honor cords. Would you please stand, veterans that are graduating? Their honor cords are red. Their honor cords are red, white, and blue. You may be seated. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, my faculty colleagues, and the entire Terra State family, I congratulate each of you on your scholastic achievements at Terra State.
Dr. Corey Stein, Vice President for Institutional Advancement and Executive Director of the Terra College Foundation, will now introduce the student speaker.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you our student speaker for this evening, Tyler Aldrich. Tyler was very involved in high school, ran cross country and track, and graduated with a 4.0 grade point average, ranking 4th in his class. He has remained active at Terra State. He's involved with student government and serves as a student employee in our college store. In April, Tyler helped with the Cosplay for Autism 5K run walk here on campus, where he served as the Master of Ceremonies and our Autism Ambassador. It's a cause close to Tyler's heart. As he says, he is living with autism. This June, Tyler will be running across Ohio to raise funds and awareness about autism. I'm doing it to prove to myself and others that we have no limitations and to set an example to those who may have challenges, he said. Tyler is well suited for the role of commencement speaker. He has been speaking professionally since 2012. He is an inspirational speaker who speaks about his journey living with autism, to offer hope and inspiration to others. Please join me in welcoming our student speaker this evening, Mr. Tyler Aldrich. Tyler, please come forward.
Good evening. Welcome and congratulations to the Terra State Community College Class of 2016. I would first like to extend my gratitude to the staff here at Terra State and to all the families here tonight. For without you, we would not be here. To all my family here tonight, and speaking of family, today's my grandpa's birthday. Happy birthday, Grandpa. Whew. There are no words to explain how special you all are to me. It's hard to put into words. But thank you for all your love, support, and sacrifice that you've given me over the years. It's because of you that I'm up here tonight. A special thank you to Adam Haas and Pete Landino for helping me write a decent paper, to Larry Cunningham and Mike Cortez for all the interesting stories about your days in law enforcement and for making us laugh in class. And last but not least, Jody Clark and Jessica Sanchez for taking a chance and believing in me by giving me my first job at the college bookstore. I'd also like to give a big shout out to all the friends I made here, especially my awesome coworkers. Thanks for the memories and all the teasing back and forth. I'll miss that. All the memories here at Terra State and all the success I have had will be forever ingrained in my memories. Now, I'd like to tell you a little story. Early in my development, according to a couple of doctors, I shouldn't have graduated high school, let alone college. So I guess you could call it a miracle that I'm even up here tonight, giving the commencement speech at my college graduation. I'm here against all odds. You see, I am living with autism. The doctors I mentioned earlier told my parents they might have to put me into an institution. Well, I did go to an institution. My parents started me in public schools and start my education just like the rest of my peers. Upon my high school graduation, I was ranked 4th in my class with a 4.0 GPA. I was accepted to every college I applied to and settled on my hometown gem, Terra State Community College, an institution of higher education. Upon graduating tonight, I am transferring to Tiffin University to obtain my bachelor's degree in criminal justice and minor in autism. I hope to have a career as a delinquency prevention counselor or a juvenile probation officer. I believe the key to one's successes are to have daily intentions and never lose sight of them. Be a person of hope, impact, and be a person of change. Wake up every day and make sure you are a person of hope who can directly impact the people and communities around you to strive to be better through positive changes. Go out and lead from the front. And don't follow where the path may lead, but go where there is no path and leave a trail. Be that type of person you want to meet. Surround yourself with the dreamers and the doers, the believers and the thinkers. But most of all, surround yourself with those who see greatness within you, even when you don't see it yourself. Strive to overcome life's obstacles and challenges. Like me, by persevering, determination, having a positive attitude, and have a sense of purpose that will set you up for life's continued journey. You will be successful. See, challenges are what makes life interesting, but overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. I believe you have 3 choices in life. Give up, give in, or give it all you got. Good things come to those who believe. Better things come to those who are patient. And the best things come to those who don't give up. Be goal-driven and believe that by having goals will help you succeed because you will know where you are going. You don't always get what you wish for, but you get what you work for. And there's always a way if you are willing to pay the price in time, energy, or effort. Don't waste your time in perfection. Instead, strive for excellence in doing your best. And yes, things won't always turn out the way we wish or plan, but as long as we don't compromise our integrity and always strive to do the best we can possibly can. You have to expect things of yourself before you can do them. See, one reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate our power. See, most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. But whenever you find yourself doubting how far you can go, just remember how far you can go. Just remember how far you have come. Remember everything you have faced, all the battles you have won, all the fears you have overcome. And too many of us are not living our dreams is because we are living our fears. Fear has two meanings. Forget everything and run. Or face everything and rise. The choice is yours. Be humble and hungry. Follow your passion, invest your time, energy, sweat, and dedication to be your best. Don't be average. Strive to be great. Become the hardest worker you know. Decide to leave a legacy. I believe the two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. Your whole life is a rehearsal for the moment you are in now. I share this advice with all of you in hopes that these words will move you to action. Regardless of your age or education, if you stay humble and hungry, everything else will take care of itself. To me, destiny is no matter of chance, but rather a matter of choice. It's not a thing to be waited for. It is a thing to be achieved. By having dreams and goals, we have set in motion the process of becoming the persons we most want to be. And if anyone ever tells you your dreams are silly, just remember there's a millionaire walking around who invented the pool noodle. Can't you believe that? Be in control of your future and destiny. Put your future in good hands. Your own. And I don't know what the future may hold, but I know who holds the future. See, life is like this. You know, to quote Forrest Gump, my mama always said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Choose to live by choice, not by chance. To make change, not excuses. To excel, not compete. Accept everything about yourself. You are you, and it's the beginning and the end. No apologies and no regrets. Make your life count. You leave a legacy by living and working with a bigger purpose. Finding purpose in your life keeps it fresh. And when you are filled with purpose, you tap into endless energy. Purpose is understanding why you do what you do. Purpose will wake you up early and keep you up late. The meaning of your life is to find your gift. The purpose of your life is to give it away. Make your purpose greater than your challenges. I am not what happened to me. I am of what I choose to become. And the best is yet to come. Congratulations again, class of 2016. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tyler. You truly are a leader, and all of us here at Terra State are so proud of you. It is my pleasure to present you with the 2015-2016 Graduate Award for Student Commencement Speaker. Congratulations, Tyler.
Mr. Heath Martin, Dean of Enrollment and Student Services, will now present Student Recognition Awards.
It is my pleasure to recognize 3 graduates this evening in Terra State's tradition of honoring perseverance through the Perseverance Award. The Student Recognition Committee struggled at choosing only one. They felt there were 3 deserving students. This special award is given to a student's commitment to persevere through trials to triumph while attending Terra State Community College. I now call upon Ms. Akeisha Hull and Teresa Lang to please come forward. Akeisha began at Terra State in 2005 and earned a 4.0 her first semester. Then she says she got in with the wrong crowd and became young and dumb. She was placed on academic probation and dropped out. Eventually, working through some life struggles, she was able to start a new life. She began working in retail and progressed into a leadership position. 5 months later, her position was terminated in a company-wide move. It was suggested by her store manager that she pursue a career in the criminal justice system. Akeisha knew going back to college would be difficult now, with 3 children under the age of 5 and working full-time. But she came back to Terra State in 2014 and enrolled in the police science program. When I think about it, I am glad I had all of these struggles throughout the years, she said. It has made me a better person, a stronger person, and it gave me the drive that no matter what life throws at me, I'm going to reach my goals and keep my goals, no matter what obstacles get thrown my way. Congratulations. Teresa Lang is a portrait of persistence. She started taking coursework at Terra State in 1988, pursuing a degree in accounting. She took a few breaks along the way, but in 2006, when she returned, Terra had converted from quarters to semesters, and all of her coursework had to be revalidated. Since fall 2006, she has taken 1 course per semester, starting with the most basic math and English, and successfully now completing all degree requirements. She has a 3.17 GPA. Advisor Linda Swaysgood nominated Teresa and said she couldn't imagine anyone who has worked longer or harder at pursuing a degree. Linda asked Teresa specifically why she persisted for such a long time, 1 course at a time. And she responded simply, "I just wanted that degree." Congratulations, Teresa. Tonight you have that degree. David Smith, the 3rd award recipient who was not able to join us today, started his college education at the age of 18, but is now finishing at 42. He attended an expensive private school and wasn't able to stay. He never lost the desire to finish what he started. He worked his way into his chosen field and attended every job-related school he could. But for the last 17 years, he's carried the guilt of raising his children with the mentality of finishing what you start. Full go, no go, they say in their house. And yet he hadn't finished his degree. So he came to Terra State, all while juggling a career on second and third shifts, a club soccer playing son, and advanced violinist daughter. His grades are stellar, but he believes they are a direct reflection of the work you put into them. Full go, no go. We congratulate David on his perseverance in graduating. Acacia and Teresa, it is my pleasure to present each of you with the 2015-2016 Graduate Award for Perseverance. Congratulations.
Mrs. Sandy Burlekamp, Chair of Terra State Community College's Board of Trustees, will now introduce tonight's commencement speaker.
We're pleased to welcome Senator Rob Portman to Terra State Community College. As our federal elected official, Senator Portman has earned a reputation as a serious leader who focuses on results. Senator Portman has a strong agenda for creating jobs in Ohio and around the country. Rob Portman was elected to the United States Senate in 2010. Rob was born and raised in Cincinnati, where he lives today with his wife, Jane. They're the parents of sons, Jed and Will, and a daughter, Sally. He grew up in a small business family where he learned early on the value of hard work, leadership, and fiscal responsibility. Before serving in the Senate, he served as a member of the House of Representatives for 11 years before becoming United States Trade Representative. He later served as the director of the White House Office of Management and Budget. As co-chair of the bipartisan Senate Career and Technical Education Center, Rob has authored the Career Act, a federal law that helps Ohioans train and find the high-skilled jobs that are available today. Senator Portman was a leader in the Senate supporting the extension of the Federal Perkins Loan Act, providing access to higher education for low and middle-income families. He is also the author of 4 federal drug prevention laws and 5 federal laws to stop human trafficking. In a time of divided government, Senator Portman has worked across the aisle to author more than 45 federal laws signed by President Obama. Terra State Community College is delighted and honored to have Senator Rob Portman as our guest speaker this evening. Please join me in welcoming him to the podium.
Sandy, thank you very much. Thank you for your leadership of the board, and to Dr. Webster and all of the board, thanks for inviting me to be here at this special occasion. It's really been inspiring, and I appreciate the opportunity to hear from Tyler. He's given you all the good advice. Earlier this evening, I was walking the halls saying hello to a few of you, just trying to get a feel for where you were going, why you were here, and I ran into Tyler. And I thought, this is a really impressive young man. Talk about purpose and passion. And he told me about his interest in law enforcement and the fact he's going on to Tiffin. And I told him he's following the same track as the mayor of Fremont I met earlier. And I have very high hopes for you, my friend, and really appreciate your message, which was inspiring, which I could summarize as, do your best. Always do your best. So congratulations to you. And congratulations to the class of 2016. You guys have arrived. Good job. So you walked into this building as students. You're going to walk out as alumni. You're going to get graduation gifts tonight, I hope, from all these wonderful parents and siblings and significant others and others who stood up. My gift to you is I'll be relatively brief, okay? How about that? Thank you. Please. So one of my favorite parts of the evening, of course, was when Dr. Webster asked you to stand up as parents and grandparents and so on, and that it's so great to have everybody here. And he said, well, now the significant others please stand up. And I saw a young man here in the middle sort of stand up part way, look around, and then sit back down again. So I don't know who his significant other is here, but he's not quite sure. To our Perseverance Award winners, congratulations, Acacia and Teresa and David, that's awesome. And listen, to our veterans here today, 12 veterans here, including service in Iraq and Afghanistan. God bless you guys. Thanks for serving our country. Congratulations to you. We love you. So you're all thinking, you know, it's so great to graduate, but aren't you going to miss this place on a beautiful evening like this incredible campus? I know you're going to miss Professor Kafitz's laugh, Professor Moore's peppermint patties, right? You might even miss the Treetops Cafe, although some of you might come back there. But you're starting a new chapter. There's a reason we don't call this just a graduation. This is a commencement. And you're commencing something new, which is taking everything you've learned here, you know, to be able to go forward. And I think one thing you've probably learned is you can't do it alone. And we've heard this with the stories of perseverance. Again, we've already asked the grandparents and parents and siblings and significant others to stand up. But this is a team effort with your teachers, the administrators, your friends. Sometimes, if you're like me, probably other people believed in you more than you believed in yourself. And that's a lesson in and of itself, that life is a team sport. The successes that you're celebrating today are not just your successes, it's the successes of that entire team. So congratulations to your team out there. So I talked to some of you and you insist you're going to stay in Ohio. Thank you. We need you here. Some of you are going to stay right here close to Terra State, others you going around the state. The skills that you have learned here, again, are very much needed right now. We've got a situation now in Ohio where we actually have some jobs that are being offered, but we don't have the people with the skills to meet those requirements. And one thing great about this institution is that both here on campus and now with the University of Toledo, there's a really exciting skills opportunity here to be able to train people up. And I've looked at the degrees you're getting today. You know, you're very fortunate to have this opportunity because you're actually going to get a job with these skills. And I think that is critical right now if we're going to get our economy moving. I also know that along with the skills you've received here, some of you are going to bring some student debt into your commencement, your new chapter in life, right? And that's an issue. It's an issue here. It's an issue at every state university, college, private university, college in Ohio. Unfortunately, there's too much debt out there. I'm involved in an effort in the Senate to try to simplify the student debt process, try to reduce some of the student debt load, and try to give parents and students a little more peace of mind and the opportunity to buy a house, buy a car, be able to get launched in life. There's one piece of legislation I want to mention to you that I'm particularly excited about, and I hope you will advocate for it if you agree with me. It's called the Repay Act, and it gives student borrowers the flexibility to choose between two things. One is a 10-year fixed repayment plan where you consolidate all your loans into one. It was mentioned my advocacy of one particular loan program, the Perkins program, which almost expired, and thank goodness we kept that. But there's so many programs out there and private payment plans and so on. If you can consolidate, it helps. Another one, which is an option I think many of you might like, is you would never have to pay more than 15% of your disposable income throughout the life of the loan. And then at a certain point in the loan, you would have it all forgiven altogether. To me, that's really important because, again, it gives you the chance to get your career started and to start on a sound financial footing. I think it's a good investment, by the way, by the federal government because it's a sound investment in the future. So this is the point in the speech where I was planning to give you some advice, but Tyler's done too good a job at that already. And besides, something happened to me today that I'm going to share with you. I got an email, and it was an email from the office of a former boss of mine. And it was a couple stories. And I'm just going to tell you these stories. And I will tell you at the end why I think it's important. The first is about a guy named Al Capone. He virtually owned Chicago at one time. He was a mobster. He certainly wasn't known for anything heroic. He was notorious for making Chicago, the Windy City, the bootleg capital of the world, prostitution, murder, and so on. He was a bad guy. He had a lawyer, and his lawyer's name was Easy Eddie. And he was Capone's lawyer for a very good reason. He was a good lawyer. He got him out of trouble all the time, kept him out of prison. To show his gratitude, Al Capone paid him very well. Not only was the money big, but he got other special dividends too. He got a beautiful house in Chicago. He had a whole city block in Chicago behind walls. He had live-in help. He had security. He lived the high life of the Chicago mob. He did have one soft spot, though, and that was for his son. He had one son. He loved him dearly. He took care of that kid. He tried to teach him, despite his involvement with organized crime. Even though Eddie was an organized crime lawyer, he tried to teach his son right from wrong. And he wanted his son to be a better man than he was. With all of this wealth and influence, there were two things he could not give this son. One was a good name, and the other was a good example. So one day, Easy Eddie reached a decision based on his son, and that was that he was going to rectify the wrongs that he had helped create. So he decided to go to the authorities and to tell them the truth about Al Capone, clean up his image, offer his son some semblance of dignity. To do that, he had to testify against the mob, which he did. Within a year, Easy Eddie's life ended in a blaze of gunfire on a lonely Chicago street. The mob got him. And yet, he had given his son the greatest gift he had to offer at the greatest price he had to pay. When the police found him, they removed from his pockets a rosary, a crucifix, another religious medallion, and a clipping from a magazine. This is what it said: "The clock of life is wound but once, and no man has the power to tell just when the hands would stop, at a late or early hour. Now is the only time you own. Live, love, toil with a will. Place no faith in time, for the clock may soon be still." That's one story. Here's another story. World War II had a lot of heroes. One was a guy named Lieutenant Commander Butch O'Hare. This is a guy who was a fighter pilot. He was assigned to an aircraft carrier, the Lexington, in the South Pacific. One day his squadron was sent out on a mission. He got airborne. He looked at his fuel tank. They'd forgotten to top off his fuel. Someone had made a mistake. So they asked him to come back to the carrier because he couldn't complete his mission and make it back with the fuel he had. So reluctantly he did that. As he was coming back to the carrier, he saw something, and that was a bunch of other planes. It was a squadron of Japanese aircraft speeding their way toward the American fleet. Now, this American fleet was protected by the squadron which had gone for its mission, and they knew that. The fleet was all but defenseless. He couldn't reach his squadron and bring them back in time to save the fleet because they were on their way to the fleet, nor could he warn the fleet of the approaching danger. There's only one thing to do: somehow try to divert this squadron of fighters. So he did that, laying aside all thoughts of personal safety. He dove into the formation. He fired away at his 50 caliber machine guns. He attacked one surprise enemy plane after another. He wove in and out in kind of a broken formation. He used up all of his weapons. He had no more ammunition. He continued to fight them, trying to clip a wing, trying to keep them from moving forward. He dived at the planes. Finally, the squadron gave up. Exasperated, they turned away from the fleet. So relieved, he went back to the carrier. When he got there, they had a camera. Certainly you'd have a lot of that now, but at the time they had film from a gun camera that was mounted on his plane that told the whole story. He wasn't a braggart, but the story told it. It told of the extent of his daring attempt to protect the fleet. In fact, he had destroyed 5 enemy aircraft. This took place in 1942, and for that action, Butch became the Navy's first ace of World War II and the first naval aviator to win the Medal of Honor. A year later, he was killed in combat in an aerial combat mission at the age of 29. His hometown won't allow the memory of this World War II hero to fade, however. Today, O'Hare Airport in Chicago is named after him. So the next time you find yourself at O'Hare in Chicago, go find his memorial, which is there. So what do these two stories have in common? Why am I telling you these two stories? Butch O'Hare was Easy Eddie's son. By the way, I received these stories today from a former boss of mine, as I said, and he was also a famous World War II pilot. You know who it was from? George H.W. Bush, who was shot down in World War II. So, again, congratulations to you guys. Remember, as Easy Eddie's little clipping said in his pocket, the clock of life is wound but once, Take advantage of it. That's what Tyler said, and he's right. Do your own courageous things in your daily life and make us all proud. I know you will. Godspeed.
Thank you, Senator Portman, for your great message. On behalf of Terra State Community College and the Terra College Foundation, we are honored to present you with a certificate that recognizes that a scholarship in your name in the amount of $1,000, known as the Honorable Rob Portman, U.S. Senator from Ohio Scholarship, will be awarded to a student attending Terra State next year who will pursue an Associate of Arts degree with a pathway in social sciences. Thank you for your remarks and for spending time with us.
Thank you.
Dr. Cindy Kruger and Dr. Jerome Webster will now confer degrees and certificates.
Will the candidates for the Associate of Arts, the Associate of Science, the Associate of Applied Business, the Associate of Applied Science, the Associate of Individual Studies, and the Associate of Technical Studies degrees and certificates please rise? Dr. Webster, the faculty of Terra State Community College have certified that these candidates have completed all of the requirements for the Associate of Arts, the Associate of Science, the Associate of Applied Business, the Associate of Applied Science, the Associate of Individualized Studies, and the Associate of Technical Studies degrees and certificates.
By the authority vested in me as president of Terra State Community College, and upon the recommendation of the faculty and administration, I do hereby confer on you your Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Business, Associate of Applied Science, Associate of Technical Studies, or the Associate of Individualized Studies degrees or certificates. Class of 2016, will you please make sure that your tassel is on the right side? Graduates, please be seated.
Members of the board, Dr. Webster, deans and directors, faculty and guests, I am pleased to present to you the recipients of these degrees, diplomas, and certificates. We are now ready to recognize the graduates individually. I ask the audience to please save your applause until all of the graduates in each degree have received their diplomas. Graduates, the marshals will direct you.
Will those graduates and individuals receiving certificates please come forward?
Shelby Marie Granger, magna cum laude.
Tyler Robert Aldrich, magna cum laude.
John Stephen Clayton.
Acacia Lee Hull.
Brandon Howard Sparks.
Teresa Lynn Lang.
Kelsey Lynn Rosenberger.
Joanne Marie Sarver.
Brooke Marie Hensley.
Patricia Frances Punyan.
Jennifer Lynn Hensley.
Danielle Alexa Gillen.
Corey Nathan Williams, summa cum laude.
Lindsay Nicole Harper.
Ryan Matthew Tom, magna cum laude.
Darcy Lynn Boatman.
Michelle Renee Cobb, cum laude.
Danielle Marie DePint, magna cum laude.
Fazia Mahmoud Ferdos.
Andrew S. Longenbach.
Yasmin Mahmoud Ferdos.
Austin Chase Ebeling.
Cassandra Joe T.
Alicia Grace Maddies.
Charlene Elaine Wheeler.
Tabitha Lynn Metz.
Marshall William Cusick.
Sarah E. Wiley, magna cum laude.
Megan Amanda Sipsma.
Emily Rose Moyer.
Spencer Michael Elfring.
Emily Marie Helsley.
Molly Marie Kosenka.
Sherry Lynn Cheveria.
Sarah M. Moore, cum laude.
Madeline Susan Goff.
Cynthia Lynn McCallum, cum laude.
Nicole Marie Beard.
Jennifer Lynn Meadows, cum laude.
Cynthia Lee Lopez, magna cum laude.
Alicia June Chapman.
Scott Elliott Stevens.
Adam Scott Cavell.
Suzanne Marie Long, cum laude.
Dawn Marie Tyree.
Bethany Marie Aiello.
Jacqueline Suzanne Mesnard.
Athan Ricardo Romo, cum laude.
Virginia Claire Becker, magna cum laude.
Victoria Renee Logan.
April Marie Hall.
Jessica Lynn Pfeiffer.
Dominic Dean Guzman.
Nancy Barbara Speljo.
Jacob Joseph Boyer.
Joni Albright.
Kayla Michelle Thompson, summa cum laude.
Jennifer Lasco.
Amberlynn Burns.
Ty Michael Johnson.
Julie Renee Buck.
Jessica Ann Maddox, summa cum laude.
Carrie Lynn George.
Andrea Jean Wagers.
Carrie Nicole Hickey.
Patricia Diane Stevens, cum laude.
Brianna Nicole Nero.
Amanda Jane Floyd, magna cum laude.
Jennifer Lynn Van Hattem, cum laude.
Lynn Schaefer, cum laude.
Susan G. Guzman, magna cum laude.
Logan Keith Jones.
Sarah Jean Cox.
Brett Vincent Foos.
Paige Elizabeth Warren.
Aaron Thomas Hostler.
Jennifer Lynn Gnally.
Bradley Allen Craig.
Adrian Lynn Fisher.
Craig Lee Weirs.
Amber Lynn Bully.
Zachary Paul Miller.
Abigail Elizabeth Dillon.
Caitlin Ann Sutton.
Ashley Nicole Gibson.
Carrie Ann Rochelle Debonet, magna cum laude.
Eric E. Stover.
Janet Louise Rill.
Brianna Kaylee Roth.
Christy Ann McPherson.
Jamie Marie Duke.
Elizabeth Marie Carr, cum laude.
Macy Elaine Gill.
Brittany Cecilia Johnson.
Mindy Ann Gill.
Christopher Allen Reffett.
Shayna Catherine Donaldson, magna cum laude.
Brandon James Scott.
Ashley Elizabeth Swint, cum laude.
Rachel Marie Humberger, cum laude.
Elisa Therese Dorothy Clay.
Devin Erica Fry.
Elizabeth Ann King.
Aubrey M. Burkett.
Stacy L. McConnell, magna cum laude.
Samantha Marie Griffin.
Jessica Lynn Foose.
Mitchell Allen Byer.
Derek McKay Logan.
Brittany Ann Ellenberger, cum laude.
Brittany Alexandria Brillhart.
Jesse Michelle Bennett.
Shelby Nicole Vaughn.
Jordan Michael Smith, cum laude.
Floyd Lee Miller, summa cum laude.
Jacob Andrew McCushton, cum laude.
Cameron Allen Bruce, summa cum laude.
Maya Hodgkins, magna cum laude.
Brandon Austin Gerbers.
Nicholas James Bechtel.
Zachary Taylor Rogers, magna cum laude.
Tiffany Ann Elder.
Brian Anthony Schultz, magna cum laude.
Brittany Diane Skojak, cum laude.
Elisa Beth Trevino.
Zachary Robert Keel.
Stephen Ray Polano II.
Benjamin Noah Ray Renwand, cum laude.
Matthew Daniel Zovcek, summa cum laude.
John E. Beiser, Jr.
Joseph C. Moran, magna cum laude.
Troy Cummings.
Ramiro Jr. Gonzalez.
Carlia Macaulay Harper.
Kyle John Musick.
Ashley Nicole Osborne, magna cum laude.
Joseph Anthony Rodriguez, magna cum laude.
Patience Ariel Lee Biggs.
Alexandra Scarlett Hovis.
Jody Marie Shaw, magna cum laude.
Justin Charles Phillips.
Christy L. Swint.
Randall Sean Tucker.
Sharon K. Sears.
Oluwaseyi Shagridin Ogunfe O.
Temple Joseph Willis.
Courtney Jane Dance.
Jacob Cody Reinhammer.
Eric William Layton.
Norbert J. Sugar II.
Michael Ryan Durbin.
Nathan O. Heineman.
Randall R. Rowe.
Richard J. Benavides.
Matthew Stephen Ayanatuno.
Ross Allen Gerwin.
Jacoby James Walton.
William Gary Burns.
Chelsea Sullivan. Kelly Sue Sullivan. Christopher Westcott.
Chair of the Terra College Foundation Board, Tom Kern, will now welcome graduates as alumni.
Congratulations, graduates and new alumni. You did it. You've graduated. Woo! You may now consider yourself a graduate and an alumni of this great college. After years of hard work and dedication, you've earned your Terra State Community College degree. On behalf of the Terra College Foundation, we applaud you reaching this important milestone in your education. We are pleased to present to you your Terra State alumni card and your diploma. We thank you for attending Terra State Community College. We know your degree will serve you well and will stand to identify you and your accomplishments over the coming years. Your alumni card will provide you access to discounts at the Terra College store, access to career services, and special invitations to special events sponsored by the Terra Community College. Please stay connected to your alma mater as part of Terra State Alumni Organization. Again, we welcome you and congratulate you on this day of celebration and look forward to helping you maintain your relationship with Terra Community College. Congratulations, good luck.
Dean Jolene Chapman will now present Terra State's alma mater.
Like many institutions, alumni can look back at their experiences through a song that recalls their time at college. Today, we are excited to continue our tradition at Terra State, the singing of the alma mater, which was composed by students and faculty of the creative writing and music programs. We are honored to invite Shelby Granger, along with the brass choir, in the performance of the college's alma mater. Listed on page 18 in your program, you will find the entire alma mater. We invite you to join in the sung version, which is the ceremonial alma mater used for academic rituals such as commencement. Shelby will perform the alma mater once through first, then we will all join in singing with her a second time. Again, congratulations, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
Please stand during the singing of the alma mater. Please be seated. Junior Faculty Marshal Susan Hartman will now lead the closing ceremony.
Graduates of the class of 2016, you can now move your tassels to the left. The 47th commencement ceremony of Terra State Community College is now closed. Guests, please remain in your seats while the graduates, the platform party, and the faculty leave the building. The faculty will be congratulating these graduates individually after the ceremony. After graduates, faculty, and the platform party have left the auditorium, then you may leave the auditorium. We would ask that you, our guests, join us in honoring these graduates' accomplishments at the reception in the atrium of the General Technologies Building in Building B. Please join us there.